I'm Jack Howard, head of money wellness at Ally, and today we're going to have a conversation about money, specifically your money story. This is the narrative that you've created about money from birth to now, and we all have a story, good or bad. And today I'm going to talk to Jesus and Sergio to learn about their story, their business, and their partnership. You're in for a treat. I'm so excited for this conversation because it is decades in the making, right?
Yes.
This is a long love story.
Yes.
So tell me, how did you meet?
So we met in 6th grade. We were in middle school, which was crazy. We instantly became best friends. And we were best friends through middle school, high school, college a little bit.
And then we just looked at each other. We're like, why are we not like dating each other?
Tell me about the apparel, because your shirt, I like your shirt, but I really love his shirt. It's giving pride.
Yeah.
Give me some background on the apparel. Where can we find it?
You can find it on gayprideapparel.com.
Yep.
But essentially, he's the one that designs everything. And he has no background in graphic design or anything. So, like, it's...
Yeah, it's been a journey.
It's been a journey. Yeah.
In my role as head of money wellness at Ally, I am really excited to help people explore their subconscious beliefs about money, the things you learn from your parents, from society, and how it shows up for you now. And for you two, it's so many layers that I want to get into. It shows up.
A lot.
How does it show up in your relationship?
Yeah.
How does it show up in your business? What is your first memory of money?
Growing up low income, living paycheck by paycheck, my parents would always save. And I'm like, so you have this money over here, but we can't use it?
And mine's complete opposite. My parents were so broke they couldn't save.
Okay.
So I grew up like not really having any money. And, you know, my first memory of money is probably not being able to go on a field trip because my parents didn't have money for it.
Yeah.
So what I want to introduce is this concept of enough, which I love. It's helped me so much. And also giving yourself permission to splurge, and it'll help you with him.
Yeah.
So with this concept of enough, it's what is your number? So what is the number that both of you feel good about to get to retirement? And we'll think through that number. You know, it could be millions of dollars. It could be not. It's really based on what you two want. And then we create a plan to get to that number. And I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there wondering, I have my full-time job and I have this side hustle of working. When did you give the green light within the partnership to say, let's do this?
So it's an interesting story because we actually went all in 2020.
Yeah.
And after 6 months of being full-time, we're like, oh, we need to get jobs again because we didn't have everything we needed.
I love the resiliency of knowing, and the vulnerability again, of knowing we got to go back to work.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can create shame. We failed. Like, I'm sure you told everybody, we're quitting. We got this down.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, maybe not.
We had to move back home to Phoenix. It was like a lot of...
It was a whole transition.
Yeah, it was a lot. And we learned a lot from it. And so then that 6 months came and we got jobs in New York and we
Came back like literally running on the ground. We're like, all right, we're killing it.
So I think it was perfect, honestly, and I wouldn't do it any other way.
You said it perfectly.
It's not failure. It's just a reset.
Yes.
You hit the ground running. What did that look like?
Back into the sort of corporate world.
I shifted a little bit. I was in product merchandising and I went into e-commerce.
Yeah, and for me, same thing. I came back and started doing more web management, more website related work, and I think it helped with Gay Pride Apparel.
So you use your career now to help with Gay Pride Apparel.
Yeah.
I love that too. That's another gem just for entrepreneurs. When you're making that shift from corporate to your full-time with your business, get the skills that you need.
Yeah,
and it sounds like that's what you did when you came back. I love the joy you two have. Oh, it radiates. But sometimes being an entrepreneur is hard, specifically an LGBTQ company. So what challenges have you faced with breaking into Walmart or any other, just how did you do it?
When we first started Gay Pride Apparel, we had no idea what we were really doing. We designed cute shirts and we put a website up and we're like, what's happening here? So we quickly connected with some of our peers, like other queer creators, and asked questions like, hey, how did you set up your store? How did you get into this retail shop? We never had anyone to call to ask about this stuff. So I think relying on our support network and our peers and creating that network, because when we first started, we didn't have that network.
When you think of what's next for the business, what's next?
We're growing by being back in retail next year, hopefully. More partnerships and collaborations. I think they're really fun for us to do. And then the third thing that we want to really focus on, just giving back more, being more active with our community. I want to be able to fund like pride festivals and events in small towns. Like even with a small grant, like we're trying to figure that out. And I think that's something that's in our future.
Because that's how we started. We want to bring pride to people that don't have pride accessible for them.
The gem that I got from this conversation with the both of you is balance. it's balance and vulnerability within your partnership of knowing that I'm one way and you're one way. And it's a result of the money story that we have from growing up. And I'm not going to make you feel ashamed about that. Yeah. I'm going to honor that within the partnership and find ways to support you. So that is the best gem I think I got out of this conversation. Yeah. Oftentimes with money, the goalposts can keep moving and moving and moving. There's never enough because we may have a scarcity mindset, but there is enough. And we're going to get to that number and understand what it is, and then also enjoy it. And also when we have those structures in place of understanding what our number is, it gets rid of the anxiety. So thank you again for sharing. That was amazing.
Thank you.